Well, hello and welcome. My name is Chris Tanner, and I'm excited for today's webinar. Uh, Here at New Direction Trust, we've started uh, a new partnership with an organization called SoGo Trade, and we're very fortunate today to have the CEO of SoGo Trade, Mr. Chris Wallace. And Chris, how you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me, Chris. We have the two Chris's today to help
We
everybody
we
out.
do. I, Chris with a K and Chris with a C, but hopefully our listeners will be able to distinguish us. But wanted to go ahead and jump in. We're going to be sharing some information today uh, about how our clients would be able to utilize this platform uh, t- to get involved with publicly traded securities. And I know Chris is going to go into, it's not just securities. I know there's a lot of options there, including options. And as we always have to do with these webinars, we need to just make sure people understand that today's presentation is meant to be educational. We're not providing any investment or tax advice. And so anything that you hear today, we of course would want you to seek, a trusted tax advisor or maybe your CPA's opinion before doing anything. And just a little bit of background for those of you that may not be familiar with New Direction Trust. We are a self-directed IRA company that was established in 2003. And what distinguishes New Direction Trust from many other financial companies that offer retirement plans is that we offer a much wider variety of investment options. Of course, today we'll be talking about publicly traded securities and some different ways that those investments can be made using the SoGo Trade platform. But uh, we also offer alternative investments, things like real estate, precious metals, and even private equity. And so anything that would fall under the category of a retirement plan or a qualified retirement plan, uh, our clients have the ability to self-direct and invest in those types of options. Very quickly, my name's Chris Tanner. I'm the sales and education manager here at New Direction Trust. I've been in this industry for actually coming up on 10 years. And I have personally self-directed my retirement accounts since 2006. So this is something I'm passionate about. And honestly, kind of excited to hear from Chris today to understand some of the opportunities that our clients will have. And to kind of kick this off, Chris, I wanted to share a quick story with you. You can see I've had self-directed accounts for quite a while. And I was a little naive when I opened up my account. I was interested in investing in real estate. And so what happened is rent started coming into my account. And all of a sudden I had cash sitting in my account. And I'll be the first to tell you I was a little naive. I didn't understand that I actually had the ability to put that cash to work. So I would say for a good couple of years, I just had idle cash sitting in my account. And I'm sure we have clients in a similar situation. And then it dawned on me that, well, just because this is a self-directed account, that doesn't mean I can't continue investing on the publicly traded side. And so with that, I just kind of wanted to turn things over to you because I know we have that come up and that happened to me. And so this is a nice option for our clients. So welcome, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today. I'm very really honored to be here to have this partnership with New Direction with Sogo Trade. And your story is really similar to the clients that we already have that you guys have referred to us and we are servicing already. So we have clients just like you that are building cash up and we're helping them invest that money. It is a self-directed account, but we do have service reps to help them with the educational part of how they invest. So, for example, if you do build up a lot of that cash through your rents or through a business, we help you with fixed income, mutual funds, ETFs, stocks, and now options. So your story is very similar to hopefully many people that need and are seeking help with us. Um, my background, I'll just briefly jump into my background too. So I was in the investing world in college. Very much enjoyed how stocks, bonds worked, and so I went after that path. I was a finance major at the University of Missouri, and quickly found my way into the online investing world. I worked for a firm in Detroit, but shortly thereafter, I worked my way to a small firm called Scottrade, which became a very large firm. And Scottrade, I spent about 20 years there learning the online brokerage business as an executive. As Scottrade was sold to TD Ameritrade and TD Ameritrade was sold to Schwab, a lot of us ex-Scottrade people decided that we weren't done, and now we're here at SoGoTrade. So really what you're having here is round two of really the great firm that I worked for many years ago. And a lot of that same service quality we brought over with us. We are new, and we are excited to help people, and we want to make sure that they understand that, you know, we are a full service online discount brokerage.
All right, so Chris, I did want to just briefly explain how this works, uh, just to make sure that our clients understand that New Direction Trust, we are not actually the brokerage. You know, we're not the ones that actually
That's right.
offer the ability to make trades and buy investments. That's really through your platform. But that being said, in order for us to have visibility into these accounts, which we have to have so that we know the values and things like that.
Exactly.
So what people would do is they would actually, if they're interested in setting up an account with the ability to trade on your platform, is they would start on our website, and we have a page dedicated to the SoGoTrade. And so when they go to the New Direction Trust website, in the search bar, they can just type SoGoTrade, and that'll bring up a page dedicated, you know, kind of explaining how this relationship works. And in there, there's an application form that somebody would fill out. They fill that out. We then send that over to you so that you know who, you know, that these folks are coming over from New Direction Trust. And then the way it works, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, but once you set up the account on your side, they're really working directly through your platform. They're not necessarily working through us. We're just setting up that connection so that we can view the account for the purposes of valuations.
That's right. So the totality of the account still resides with you, but the interaction with the publicly traded investments. So anything, if they want to invest in stocks and bonds and options, or if they want to want help with investing through our asset management firm, they have to do through SoGoTrade.com. That's right, www.sogotrade.com, or the app. So the app on the phone or the website.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, we don't want to pretend to be the brokerage. That's your job. You're helping folks with executing the trades and making those investments. So
No, it's a great partnership. You guys, you know, have a wonderful business model where you're helping people invest in alternative investments, and then if they have a cash, you know, cash spinoff, cash items that come into the broker into their self-directed IRA through New Direction Trust, we're there as a tool, just one more tool to help them invest. Exactly.
uh,
In fact, speaking of tools, why don't we show them how they actually get to use the platform next?
sounds good. I've been curious to see this myself, actually.
Yeah, so we are incredibly excited to announce that we are launching brand new software, very cutting edge applications and website applications, which I'm going to show you today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition pretty quickly here to our phone app. So this is our phone app that I just spoke about. It's really simple. You can log on. You can even use Face ID or username and password. And essentially, you're quickly into our brand new phone application that allows you to invest in those stocks, mutual funds, and ETFs. If you do want to trade fixed incomes, we have a fixed income desk that can help you make those trades and create single purchases or ladders or any kind of investment you'd like to make. Just really quickly, going to run through a few features. You can fund your account here. You can have multiple accounts. I have 6 right now at the firm. And you can quickly switch between them. And within the application, there's also some interesting features. So within this app, we are excited about the social aspect of these particular apps. So you can look to see negative mentions or positive mentions on Reddit and Twitter, and we're going to be adding a few others as well. And so this tells you out in the social media world exactly who's talking about these particular stocks. Why is that important? Because usually social media is your fastest news story. So typically, if there's something happening quickly that you need to know about, our app is going to let you know right away. It's also going to tell you, kind of the aggregate of mentions, how many positive and negative mentions are happening in any particular stock or firm that you're interested in. For example, news is out on Tesla just today, the day that we're recording this. And on this app, you can see that there's negative mentions. They missed earnings. So you can go from the social aspect down at the bottom to opinions, and you can quickly see what the news story is. You can click on it, you can read it, or you can even go down to the video. So you don't even have to leave the app to go search the web to see what people are talking about. And then the video plays for you, and you can listen to it and make a decision on whether or not this is an investment to keep or an investment to sell or to get into. So it's really slick. We're pretty excited about it. On top of that, you have your watch lists, stocks that you're interested in. There's also popular stocks that people are talking about in here. So it gives you a couple of trade ideas outside of the social aspect as well. You have your typical housekeeping items, your account settings. You can link accounts, your password, and you can contact us through support. Jumping back to the homepage now, and you can see it says fund your account. With New Direction and SogoTrade, we have a unique kind of relationship. And Chris, if you don't mind, you can tell everybody about that.
Yeah, of course. And I think most of our clients are familiar with this, but in order for us to track any investments, the funding would actually need to happen through the New Direction site. And so as a client, you would complete what we call a buy direction letter. So really all that is, you're telling us that you're wanting to fund your account with SogoTrade. So by completing that form, we'll go ahead and get the money sent over. And then Chris, once obviously the funds are with you, they have those options, those features that you were discussing. But yeah, good point. If they happen to have another account outside of us, clearly they could work directly with you. But that's what gives us visibility, is we need to know what money is being moved over there, so to speak. So that gives us visibility into that account.
And thus our partnership, a true connection between SogoTrade and New Direction.
Yep, exactly.
I'm going to jump now to our next platform. This is the website, and probably a lot of you will interact with us either through the app or through what we call our base trader, our website. So as you log in, it's a very new and refreshing look. It's also keeps the theme. We have our sentiment leaders, our social media aspect, not as deep as the app, but it's still here for you to get ideas about what people are talking about. Again, you can see news was out today on Tesla. You can see its movement, how things are moving within that stock. You can also, if you need to, get research. So for example, news on Tesla makes you wonder exactly what's happening with this particular stock. Well, it was bad news, you thought, from the sentiment, but look at the stock is up $13 today. And I'm in by no way giving any kind of recommendation that people should buy Tesla. This is for display purposes only. But what's nice about our site is it can help you identify things that are relevant to you. So things like current ratio, revenue growth, just the financials of the firm, from the income statement to the balance sheet to cash flow. You can quickly get to all that information on any listed security here. On top of that, you can see insider purchases. You can even get to see what some of the analysts that we are following currently feel about this particular stock. Just a pretty robust look at how you can go from the social sentiment into actual research, and do that all through SogoTrade. So we're very happy to be able to provide that to our clients. Again, you can run through the different accounts, quickly see what's happening. There's a small account I have. I'm going to go into this. I own a particular product called Power Yield. I'm going to talk just briefly about here after we get done with the technology display. But anyway, you can quickly move between your different accounts and see how things are working for you. Trading's simple. You click trade now, or you can click on the symbols. Either way, just going to go here and we can talk about Tesla. Don't think I have enough money, so maybe we'll go to Rivian. I know that one is the similar electric automotive stock, and I have less money, so you can go in, you can buy, you can put one share, you can hit preview order, and there it is, and confirm buy. You can even do what we call advanced, and change it from limits to stops, stop limits, trailing stops, trailing stop limits. And I won't go into all that today, Chris. There's a lot that, of course, I could get into the depth of all the things that we can do, but and maybe we will on a later date. But what I'm trying to show is there's quite a few things that you can do, from all or nones to different hours, from pre and post to a combination of all of them. And again, you can preview the order and send it off. Why don't I do this away, since it's a limit, and you can see how that happens. There's some cool features too when you do an order away that I really like, because I've turned some notifications on. So I put out a buy one share at 8:45, and it lets me know within the platform right here. On top of that, you can't see it, but my phone has also let me know because I've turned these notifications on. And you can set those through your account settings. So you can go to your notifications here and get email or text or push. And if you want to know about the execution, the placement, the order placement, or even price alerts or order for review, that can all be sent through here.
And Chris, as people are kind of navigating the site,
yeah,
I assume you have customer support. So, and I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to ask you about limit orders and some of the other features that we're commonly familiar with. But just to get familiar with your site, you have folks that can help them kind of navigate some of those features. And
that's right. So we have believe it or not, we have a 24/5 support desk. So at any point in time during the regular trading hours, you're absolutely going to find people able to help you with any questions that you might have, be it investing and or through the technology that we're showing now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The other cool features are the documentation. A lot of people are, your customers, because of our unique relationship, don't have to worry about their tax forms. That's being handled by you guys. But your statements and trade confirms are all right here, and you can quickly click on them and download them and keep them instead of having them sent to you through mail. So it's electronic, but it can also be paper if they so choose, if they want to keep that as records in their files.
Sure. That makes sense.
And I was, in the interest of time, I was going to jump to our advanced trading platform, unless there are other questions that you might have.
No, I think it's a pretty robust platform, and the social, it's pretty cool. I got to tell you.
We're very excited about it.
Yeah, like pulling in the news, and it's like you said, it's kind of a combination of more the technical side as well as more the sentimental side, like you're saying, with social media. So that's pretty interesting.
We're very excited to be really one of the first to kind of integrate social aspects of trading into the actual platform. A lot of people use it, but they don't have it interwoven within the trading platform to quickly navigate. Next, I'm going to show you is the active platform. So our active platform is for more advanced traders, and you might have some at New Direction that feel that they are, and that's great. And we consider this the platform that you're going to use. So you're going to see a lot of blinking lights and colors. Yeah. And if it's not your thing, I get it, but it's also something that, is being in the business for almost 30 years. I do understand and appreciate how nice it is to have a nice graph, and also see kind of the streaming quotes here in order to be able to make a decision on investing. You can change different stocks. You can have different indicators. You can change the platform as far as how you're looking at these charts. And I won't go into them all because I could definitely bore you. But there are literally hundreds of ways for you to slice and dice how you look at any particular stock. You can have 1, you can have 4, you can have 8, whatever the screen will hold when it comes to kind of looking at particular stocks. The trading functionality is identical, of course, to the base and app platform, but with a twist. So we actually have more functionality. So we allow you to do what are called conditional orders. And so those orders are kind of advanced and where you can put a, kind of one buys one, sell another, sell short one and put a buy in. So you can place what are called OTOs and OCOs are down here in this corner. One trades one and one cancels one. I bring this up just to show you that this platform has many more robust features for people who want to trade stocks and options, which we currently just launched with you guys. So options now can be traded with New Direction. So if you have some extra cash and you feel that that's the way that you want to invest, you can use our base platform to trade options here. So for example, NVIDIA right here, simple. You want to trade a call in NVIDIA at the 8:10 strike. You just click on it, it pre-populates, and you're able to trade that particular strike over here on the left side. On the active platform, hang on one second. On the active platform, you're able to trade options. Very similar with, again, much more information in order to make those. So we get into what are called the Greeks, and we get into quickly trading, intrinsic value, vol, and all that. And you can quickly click on something like you could on the active platform to make that trade. So there it is. You click on it. You can type in any changes that you want to make. You can verify and send that trade out. Also, the nice part of our platform is we have, of course, 4 different platforms, but your orders go across all platforms. So that order I just put in Rivian is right here. And I can quickly, if I want, go in here and I can change it. So I don't like 845. Let's go to 850. Let's verify it. Let's stick it out there. And now that trade has been modified quickly. And again, I get a notification that I turned on with it right within the platform. And it also, you can't see this, but it'll hit my phone and my text because I set that up that way. As a client, you can modify all those notifications. I believe that's up here into your My Profile. So the notifications here, just like in the base trader, you can let us know through text and email and on the web how you want to be notified. I've covered a lot. There's a lot to cover. There's a lot to talk about. I know it's confusing sometimes, and we are going to be having ongoing webinars with our new platforms, and that's true for all our clients. Sogo Trade either with New Direction or Sogo Trade without. So look for that as you become a client. And of course, happy to take questions after this webinar as well. And Chris, you might even have questions. I've gone over quite a bit. I don't want to,
Yeah.
leave you out of this.
My first comment is robust is the word that comes to mind. So, and I've certainly viewed different trading platforms, through my many years, and so I'm impressed. The options and the tools that you make available are very impressive. So even someone's just very basic, like you said, looking for some kind of just a fixed income for cash, or if they're a more seasoned investor, looks like you're able to offer whatever that individual might need.
We definitely run the gambit of from your early investors, people learning to experience, where we help hold their hands and understand, from investing to the platforms to incredibly advanced traders that really don't need our help except if there's any issues that they may have.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you sharing the live look too, because it's one thing to talk about it and another thing to kind of see it in action. And so
Yeah.
appreciate you doing that. I'm just the way things are going with technology and the way you're able to integrate all these things. I can't imagine the engineering behind the scenes on the IT side to make this happen. But kudos. You can tell you've had some experience like you said, with Scottrade and those other platforms to build from. So
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, I think that it's a team effort. We have definitely between our software people and our service people and our back office, we have well over 100 people helping us get the job done for everybody at your clients in New Direction, and we're really excited to be working with them. So, Chris, yeah, the software that I showed you, the applications from the apps on your phone to the website to the streaming service through your browser are all very exciting. On top of that, I'd just like to highlight two quick products in addition to stocks and bonds that we offer our clients. So traditional stocks we can do, traditional fixed income we can do for your clients, and now option trading. So this is new. And we're really excited to offer this to your clients as well, if they so choose to do. You can do buy rate strategies, you can do a buy, call, sell, put. All of these wonderful things now are available to your clients. On top of that, we also have what's called power yield portfolios, which we're just launching. So in conjunction with a firm called YieldMax ETFs, we are building a separately managed account for power yield. And these power yield portfolios use the ETFs that do a single stock buy right strategy. What does that mean? It means if you owned a stock and you sold a call against it, you would be able to create income for that stock. Let's talk about Tesla again. So Tesla doesn't pay a dividend, but if you if you sell a call against that long position in Tesla, you can create yield for that particular stock. The risk is if it goes too far, it may sell you out of it. But it does, if in sideways markets, create a yield for your stock. The YieldMax ETFs takes all the headache and construction away from you. And I'm not in any way promoting this. What I'm going into is the construction of what we're building here. Anyway, the YieldMax ETFs create a single stock buy rate strategy and many different names from Google, Apple, NVIDIA, also Tesla. So we put those names into a portfolio, and that portfolio has an ability to track those stocks as they go up and also give you a nice sized return. We are happy to talk about that at Sogo Trade. We don't have to go into it today, but that's something that we wanted to highlight as well. So between the software and our ability to trade as a traditional online broker dealer, the new option trading, and our new power yield portfolios offered through Sogo Trade Asset Management, we really think, Chris, that we have a really good partnership with you guys, and we feel that we can help your clients, and we hope that they feel that way too. So thank you for having me today.
Chris, thank you so much. Appreciate your time today, and did want to give folks an opportunity to reach out if they have any questions. So I know for our clients, if you're just interested in how this works, you can definitely give us a call or reach out to the email that you see on the screen. We'd be happy to just share with you how the process works if you're wanting to get an account going with Sogo Trade. And then, Chris, if someone wanted to sort of test drive Sogo Trade and get a feel, what would be your recommendation for them to just kind of get a feel for what that looks like? Is there a way that they can poke around a little bit?
They can. It does require an account opening in order to get past, the login. We are launching paper trading later in the year, so you can really kind of test drive without actually committing. But even if you open an account, you don't have to fund, but you still get access to all the tools. So if you decide to open an account, you still get access to all our great tools. And if you decide it's not for you, no harm, no foul, no money has to transfer. And, we understand. But opening an account is really the best way right now to get access to our tools.
Nope, that totally makes sense. Well, we're excited. I know we get the question all the time. I work on the business development side, and multiple times a week, people are like, I have this money sitting here. Now, we can't obviously tell them what to do with the money, but we certainly like to share that there are options available. And I know that this does come up, that this is an opportunity or a place where they could place some money. So we do appreciate your time, and we're excited to continue this collaboration moving forward.
You bet. And the whole team at Sogo Trade is very excited about the collaboration as well. So thank you again for having me. And I look forward to the questions, and I also hope and helping your clients invest.
All right. Thanks. And we look forward to seeing everybody at a future webinar. Take care.